there was a story out of Arkansas. Disgraceful, horrible, that just grabbed my attention. Evidently, it broke on Friday. There was a lawsuit. This homeless guy with a very low IQ. They said the IQ somewhere like 55. 50-year-old man was just hanging around the police station in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Something I guess he had done all the time. But on this one particular day, he points his finger like it's a gun, and he points it at people, and they arrest him for terroristic threats in the first degree. Pointing the finger, remember? Now, everyone agrees he had not the mental capacity to make those threats, but for his own safety, they arrested him and they put him in jail for the concerns, the well-being, the safety of not just the police officer, but him as well. They put him in jail. They're going to get him the help he needs. Now, this guy is 6'2", 200 pounds. Big guy. Big black man. Scary. They lock him up on $1,000 bond. He's homeless. He's broke. He doesn't have the $100 for cash bail to get out. So he sits in jail over a year. For over a year. Now, this isn't unusual. This is the reason that people are against cash bail, because, people don't have the resources to be able to get out, where someone with a meager amount of resources could easily get out and go on with their life and deal with whatever legal problems they have and all that. I think of the guy in Philadelphia who, stole 3 peppermint patties and served, sat in jail 500 plus days, just awaiting for a place to have his trial. Not even sentenced. And that's what this guy is. He has not been sentenced. He's waiting for them to figure out what they're going to do. So much for that right to a speedy trial thing. Well, they lock him up and put him in solitary confinement for over a year. I'm just going to read the Newsweek article. From then, everything else that could have gone wrong for Mr. Price did. His mind lost, his health gone, and seemingly no one paying attention to his well-being. Price was dead a year later at 51. He was found in solitary confinement cell with his eyes wide open, naked, starved, dried saliva on his corners of his mouth, in a pool of standing water so large at his feet he shriveled. He had long since had his medication taken away. Toward the end, he resorted to eating his own feces and drinking his own urine. They starved this man to death. And all along, they said, oh, every day's checked. They checked on him every day. Inmate's okay. Now, this is a 200-pound guy, 6'2", 200-pound guy, big guy. When they weighed him for the autopsy, and the autopsy photos are disturbing to say the least, he weighed just 90 pounds. 90 pounds. This is America, friends. This is Arkansas. So when I see Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the governor of Arkansas, coming out talking about, we need competition in schools and, we need to take on those failing schools, I'm of the mindset it's time to start breaking up these failed states. It's time we stop funding these failed states like Arkansas, like Mississippi, like Alabama, who, oh, by the way, Mississippi and Alabama have an interesting little tradition today on Martin Luther King's birthday. You know what that is? They also celebrate Robert E. Lee Day. Bipartisanship. Because, they should go together. So I'm in this moment where it's time maybe we start talking about defunding these failed states. Because clearly they're not protecting the civil rights of their citizens. They don't care about their citizens. Because if you listen to Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and this is where my mind went, she said, the schools are failing, we need to get rid of them, and because it's all about the children. Well, you know what? It's all about the citizens. And it's clear that these states cannot protect their citizens. So it's time we start breaking up these states. It's time we start breaking up these failed states. But But as I read this story, and I'm just heartbroken, because the humanity, how do you sit and watch somebody starve to death right before your very eyes? How do you watch somebody go from 200 pounds down to 90 pounds over a year and starve to, and be in the condition? How do you do that? How does a human being do that to another? And why are those people in any position of power whatsoever? So for those who say, well, it's a lot better than it used to be, it might be better, but I don't know that's a lot. I used to be one of those people who thought, it's not about black and white, it's about green. It's the economic disadvantages and it's all that. But back in 2015, when we went on our civil rights tour, and we went to all of those places throughout the South that treated black people really, really badly, that now have museums going, look how bad we were to them. And here, come be, disaster tourists. And you see those images and you see those photos and you see that it's heartbreaking. It's angering. So to hear Republicans say, well, you want to learn about critical race theory, and yeah, I want to learn actual history so that maybe this doesn't happen. Today, they starved a man to death in a jail cell where he was supposed to be for his own good, for his protection. Remind me, next time someone wants to protect me, don't call them. Want to hear your thoughts. 1-866-416-RICK. 1-866-416-7425. Going to take a quick break. Right back after this. Stick around. Let's go to the phones. We got Jeff from Arkansas. Jeff, how are you today? What's on your mind, brother?
Hey, Rick, how's it going? I was kind of curious. How much time have you really spent in Arkansas?
Probably 2 weeks.
I don't know. I'm retired military. Seen a lot in the world, but Arkansas is a pretty good place.
Sure it is. I'm sure there are a lot of people, a lot of good people there. A lot of the people I've met there are great people. Love the folks of Arkansas. Yep. Your government, not so fond of. Your governor, really not fond of. The economic policies that they push, not fond of. But the people I've met were fabulous.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say anything about Sarah, seeing how she hasn't done anything. I mean, she's only been governor for what, 17 days? So less than that. But
well, Sarah has come out and said that she wants to reform education, and she's going to do it in a way that's going to destroy your public education system by defunding it, so we can give it off to the rich folks who want to give us the latest gimmick on education. Her theory is, and this is where my problem is, Jeff, her theory is we've defunded the schools to the point to where they're failing, so we have to get rid of them. My mindset is, okay, if we're going to take that scenario that we underfund something, we set it up for failure, and we get rid of it for the next gimmick, maybe we need to start breaking up some of these welfare states that take more money from the federal government than they put in. Maybe that's a thought. There's my idea, Jeff. Any thoughts on your end?
Well, listen, we have a surplus money-wise, so we can't be a welfare state because that, you
get almost 40% of your state's budget from the federal government.
Pardon?
You get almost 40% of your state's budget from the federal government.
Well, yeah, we can't help that.
No, that's the reality. So when you have lower education spending, when you have less healthcare spending, when you have a lot of the problems that get picked up by the federal government, and then have a government that says we don't want these things, we don't want your policies, we don't want any of this, it tells me that maybe we shouldn't be doing it. That's my point. I don't hate Arkansas. I hate the policies that the people who are running your state pursue. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, but again, I mean, on the outside looking in, it's not so bad on the inside looking out. I think our schools are wonderful.
Okay.
I think they're outstanding. I'm from my county, Arkansas, and we have some of the best there is in the state.
Outstanding.
We have 75 counties. Some are
So you're going to say
terrible.
good things about your teachers. I love that. Thank you, Jeff, because I want people to respect teachers and honor teachers because they do such an incredible job. And I'm thrilled to hear that your county, it's great. I'm thrilled to hear that, Jeff. Nothing makes me happier.
And I'm kind of hope they stay away from the CRT as well as making sure that
you don't want them to teach history?
She used the male's bathroom, and she's going to make sure about that.
Okay.
And
Thanks, Jeff.
Our candidates are happy with that.
All right. Okay. There you go. Appreciate it, Jeff. Thanks so much. I got to move along.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks so much.